Hi, wonderful people. Welcome back to my channel. It has been a while, and I have a new format that I am adopting from now on since we are entering November, which is the Scorpio season. We are right now in the midst of it, and there's going to be a lot of transformation happening, and I know a lot of people are going to rely on readings to really get that guidance. So I've got you covered. I have the card deck right in front of me, but you can navigate to your sign and your astrological sign. And if you want to hear it for sun, moon, and rising, make sure you listen to all three. Or whichever one calls to you, listen to that. That is going to be the most accurate reading for you. So let's get right into it. Hello, wonderful Aries, you fiery people out there. Let's get your reading. I have the Light Seers Tarot. Let's see what your messages are for this month. Five of Wands. This is a card of conflict. Somewhere in your life, you might be facing conflict or you might be going through some level of conflict. And now, this is not necessarily bad because a conflict means that you are going to be speaking up for what you feel is right, what you feel needs to be said. And perhaps that's been hidden for a long time. And now you're feeling like, you know what? I need to express what my feelings have been saying. I need to talk about things that's been bothering me, perhaps even for months or weeks, and now you're like, you know what, I need to have this chat. I can't hold it any longer. Expect a little bit of resistance from other people who you are going to be in a conflict with, but ultimately it is for your benefit. I would really encourage you to feel positive about this because it really is not bad. Conflict is not bad. Often we have been taught that, people who are in conflict, it's often, especially depending on how you grew up as a child, you may be conflict averse. And if you've been trained with sort of people-pleasing tendencies or trained to be the sort of person who has to obey what other people think or peacekeeper, that kind of personality, take this as an opportunity from the universe to help you let go of that part of yourself. You're healing this part of yourself. That's where your transformation lies. Your transformation lies this month, Aries, in the area of your life where a conflict may occur because you are being asked to heal your personality of conflict averse, if that makes sense. Then you do get Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is fast moving card. Something is coming fast into your life, but you are protected. You are so protected, which is shown here with the Strength card. But look at here. I see this almost like the carnelian crystal, which I have right here actually. I've really been resonating with this quite a bit. I see it as that, and I know that some of the things that we can take on as well. At least I take it on when I take this crystal with me whenever I'm like going into a meeting or something like that, or I'm like speaking to different people and I just want to be in like my masculine energy. What I mean by that is I want to be like assertive. I want to appear as this person who is going to be negotiating something or like talking to people who perhaps are going to be investing in your business or something like that, right? So if you're going into a different setting like that, maybe carrying a crystal as like your protection can really help you. And I really see it here. Like you can see it right here. She's got it right on her heart, right? And it's a heart symbol as well, carnelian stone that you've got really to give you that masculine energy and that drive. It's kind of also associated with the Emperor card. So because of the red and the passion, and you've got fiery here, which is what your sign is anyway, Aries. You are at the one of the fieriest, passionate people in the entire zodiac signs, and this is being supported within you. You're going to have to channel that part of you to bring it out. But not to worry, you may have to go through this conflict or you may have to stand up for yourself for something, but something good comes out of it. Four of Wands, celebrations, events. If you're at work, this could be like Christmas parties coming up and you're gonna feel so much better, especially if this conflict is like a work kind of conflict, right? But everything is gonna get resolved as soon as you kind of realize actually after having that chat, after speaking up for myself, I feel so much better. Then you can celebrate yourself and make sure you do celebrate yourself. Doesn't matter how small or big the conflict was. If you overcame it, you stood up for yourself, you spoke your truth, you took the opportunity that universe has provided for you. It needs to be celebrated. And why not over a glass of wine or with your girlfriends or your friends, going out and making the most of it. All right, that's your reading, Aries. If you resonated with that, make sure you like this video and comment down below. I love to hear your stories. All right, my lovely Taurus people, let's get into your reading. So I have the Light Seers Tarot right in front of me. Let's see what comes up for you. Oh, there's a card already that is upright. I am loving this. Okay, King of Wands, red, passionate, fiery energy, entrepreneurship, taking action, being this, yeah, it's very much an action-taking card, which is so funny because the Aries people also got a similar reading, different card, but a similar reading. Um, some of you may have started a business, or some of you are like asking for a promotion at work, or perhaps you are building something new, like a passionate project, which you are so excited about and you're so ready to dive right into it. You're kind of thinking like, this is what lights my soul on fire. And because it is King of Wands, it's not like a Knight of Wands or anything like that. It's King of Wands, which means you are right now also in a position where you might be able to charge um, for your services, if it's a service business or if it's a different kind of business, right? You can start kind of charging for your products and for basically you can have a financial plan which is really going to back up with the skill sets and your passion in life. So since it's King of Wands, which is a mature card in the Wands deck, it just means that you're going to be right now coming across as a really good entrepreneur. The way you think about things, the way you make decisions about, for example, say like you're booking an event that you want to hold for hundreds of people. You're not just saying like, yeah, let's do it. You're not just carrying it with passion. You're also providing this grounding within you, which is saying, I'm going to do that, but I'm also going to be pricing the tickets that way. They're going to be selling this. This is the plan to like put it out at this time of the year, or I'm going to market it like this, and you're delegating it. It's just like a well-rounded, fiery, charismatic, passionate entrepreneur kind of energy that you are carrying this month. It doesn't necessarily mean entrepreneur. This could even be at work or whichever area of your life this resonates with. So a couple more cards that you have is Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, beginning of a money journey. If you've been working on your business for a long time or working on your side project or something like that that you're passionate about, your journey with getting money for your services and your talents and natural gifts is coming into light this month in November. You might be actually making money from it, which is so great because it does say King of Wands. So you have mastered something beforehand. Kings are always the master of that suit. Whether that's King of Cups, swords, or wands, as we have it here. And you have Ace of Pentacles, which means money is very likely to come in. So quite a good time here to really look into it. One thing you might want to watch out for, Five of Cups. We have someone here who has this treasure right behind her, but she's kind of like being sucked into something that she feels like she is lacking, or perhaps it's like maybe you feel like it's a limiting belief. You feel like, every time you want to take the step forward towards your business, you're kind of like, oh my God, no, I don't know if I can do it. I don't have I don't know if I have that right idea. Maybe I'm going too fast. Maybe I need to do another course. Maybe I need to learn another thing. Maybe it's that you've stepped out into something quite different and you're thinking, I'm scared what other people will think. I'm scared what other people are going to say. Like, I want to take action towards this, but what if everyone just says, this is quite weird, Maybe you're kind of delving into something quite different, maybe even something like tarot yourself, you know? which can be quite out there for people who did something quite different beforehand, like me. So maybe it's something like that. You're scared of other people's judgment. You're scared of really showing all of you and letting all of you be seen, even though you have nothing to worry about because your skills and talents will carry you and you're supported by the universe with this energy. But there is that like kind of feeling of like, what if I'm judged? How would I like carry on through that? And that is the thing that is going to stop you. It's not going to be the thing that is not that is going to stop you is not going to be just from other people. It's actually your own judgment as well. Like thinking, how is this going to work? Like, I don't know what I'm doing, and so on. Okay, that is your reading here, my lovely Taurus people. If you enjoyed this reading, make sure you give it a like and subscribe to my channel and comment down below if this resonated with you. All right, my lovely Gemini people, welcome. And let's get right into your reading. What does November hold for you? So, okay, we have Five of Swords. I'm just going to put these cards right here. So, we have Five of Swords. Not the best card, I'm not going to lie here. It's Five of Swords is really about, I mean, even the expression on this card you can see is someone who is stressed, someone who is anxious, someone who has been feeling like their mind just feels like, and again, swords is your card because it's swords is linked to the air element, and Gemini, you are an air element based zodiac sign. So this is really indicating that your mind is all over the place. Your mind is feeling really deeply triggered by a certain situation. Perhaps you're having nightmares. Perhaps you're overthinking about something so much and how it can really, like, even if it's not something so big, but to you, like in your heart, it feels like such a huge situation. And if it feels like such a huge situation, it's likely that it's linked to like a childhood, I don't want to say trauma, but like a childhood pattern. Perhaps you were shamed for something. Perhaps you were like, um, you're breaking a certain pattern that could be like standing up to other people. You perhaps it's more of a reflection of, you have this fear that what if things don't work out? Perhaps you made investments, perhaps yeah, something like that. You're anxious about something. Could be any situation, love situation as well. But that anxiety is actually keeping you up at night. If you are at this stage, dear Geminis, I would ask you to really carve out some time for your self-care. And I know that sounds really light, but it could literally be something as little as going to a local coffee shop and speaking to the people there. And you don't have to go into heavy stuff like just like really having a chat. Or it looks like journaling, or it looks like seeking a counselor, which is what we get here, the Hierophant. It's a card of a teacher as well. And look at the pose here. It's a kind of like a meditative pose that I see. Yeah, so it may be that you are meant to really delve into your kind of like perfecting your inner world. Not even perfecting, but taking care of your inner world. Something is causing you stress and anxiety. And to be able to handle that, maybe you need like a therapist, a teacher, a coach, a healer, someone who can really help you soothe those aspects of you. That's what the Hierophant card is indicating. But if you don't feel like, okay, I don't know, who to reach out to, what I should do, you can always book a session with me. I do one-to-one readings and we can go through it together. We can work out what your patterns are highlighting, what is coming up, and soothe your anxiety. But equally, you can also do meditations, really journal deeply what is going on within you. Yeah, we got like quite a bit of a swords energy. We have Seven of Swords, which is again not the best card, but it's not to worry because tarot is not there to scare you. It is actually there to help you move forward. So Seven of Swords is indicating perhaps there's some situation that happened where you felt like someone was tricking you. Maybe someone didn't have the best intentions. Maybe it's a dating situation. You went out with someone and maybe they ghosted you, or maybe you did the same, it could be vice versa, but you don't feel good after that situation. That's what I'm getting here. That you feel like that situation wasn't great and you kind of want to like let go of that, but it's been playing on your mind. Perhaps it's linked to that, the Five of Swords, the anxiety and stresses that someone who didn't treat you right, or perhaps you did something that you feel guilty for. And for that, there is a way to overcome it. We have Seven of Pentacles. Now, Seven of Pentacles is planting seeds. Now, the way you could overcome it is like planting seeds and nurturing those seeds. But this could also be just nurturing for yourself. This doesn't have to be nurturing just for other people or people kind of like these people pleasing tendencies, or perhaps perhaps the way you left things in a certain situation is also coming up. So Seven of Pentacles would indicate to me that it might be time for you to nurture yourself. I also see, this is quite a different, unique meaning. I see the hands and there's like some energy going through the hands. Maybe it's time to get some energy healing done, like Reiki, from someone who can really help you soothe your anxiety and really get you answers for the situation so you can make peace with yourself. All right, my lovely Geminis, I hope this reading has helped you. If it did, or if it did resonate with you, make sure you leave me a comment. I love connecting with you, and give my video a like or a subscribe if this resonates with you. All right, my lovely Cancers, welcome to your reading. I have the cards right in front of me. Let's get right into it. What is your November looking like? Okay, the Emperor. The Emperor. Oops, that's just my timer going off. The Emperor card. Oh, you are. So this could literally indicate, and I'm going too fast because I'm just getting the messages straight away when I look at these cards. It's all red energy, by the way. Two cards that flipped out straight away. If you can see, whoops, I don't know if it's going to focus. There we go. Okay, very red, fiery, passionate energy. Cancer people, Emperor card. It's all red. Emperor card may indicate you might be stepping into a bold, authoritative version of yourself. Gosh, a lot of the other signs have also got these messages, but you may be stepping into an authority role that you weren't like fully adapting before. Entrepreneurial could also be promotion at work, leading things, making decisions from a really like grounded point of view and not impulsive at all. The Emperor card is really someone who is a leader, could be a boss figure, a father figure, it could indicate that kind of energy. But I don't really get that like it's someone else. I get that it's you. It's you who's stepping into this role. And this role actually has been active since for quite a few months, but it's only now that you're kind of just like stepping into the archetype of it. And the way you can step into it is by really adopting certain things in your life, like your posture. Make sure your posture is very, like your shoulders are straight, you're not hunched down, because that changes everything. Your body language is everything. You are showing up as this knowledgeable person who is ready to express themselves, not just through their wisdom, yes, their knowledge, yes, but also from a point of having really lived a life experience that backs up your authority. That's what I'm getting here. It's a beautiful card, beautiful energy, and I'm really seeing that someone is going to, if you fully step into it, and I am seeing someone is going to really step into this and claim this kind of energy. What will happen for you next will come in very fast. Knight of Wands. Whether that's opportunities, things like, look at the woman here. She's like in her zone, passionate. Wands is very passionate energy. She's very much in her element. Like, you might be doing something that you're passionate about and sharing it with other people. You're going to be in your element, but you'll be noticed for it. And that's why people are going to see you as an authority figure in that field. Whatever that is, it could be that you have been secretly, not secretly, but like as a hobby, been a musician, or you have been as a hobby, you have been doing art, right? You have been doing something and now it's finally going to be seen. People are going to recognize what you do and they're going to be really thinking, wow, this person is so in their element. It's a very attractive energy, leading your life on your own terms, in your passionate energy, sharing it with the world. What more could you want? What a beautiful reading for you, my dear Kansas. And this hasn't come after an easy time. Like you've had quite a difficult time this year as well, despite Jupiter being in Cancer, if you follow astrology. You've still had quite a difficult time because, and I know it because I am also a Cancer rising. So I resonate with that quite a lot. Let's get just a couple more cards, and you do get Four of Pentacles, right? This is a card of money and saving. So you might want to save some money. So if you're making certain financial decisions, and perhaps you are going to be, if you're going to be showing up this again, do note about that. If you are going to be doing, for example, if you're a musician, you're going to be doing certain gigs, you're feeling like, you know what, whatever I gain from this gig or the money that you're making, make sure you put it in savings because you might need to reinvest into your business or you might need to you will need it later. So it's not that don't celebrate, do celebrate your life, but don't be frivolous with the money. Like don't buy things that you don't need, and just really go spending with it. Ten of Swords, end of a cycle. This kind of authoritative figure celebration has come after a long cycle that has been running for a while. Ten of Swords, it's like end of a really turbulent time. So this is great news, and you're stepping into that authority figure after everything that you have been through. All right, my lovely Cancers. If you enjoyed this reading, give it a like and a subscribe to my channel, and do let me know if this resonates with you in the comments below. And I will see you in the next one. Hello, my lovely Leos. Welcome to my channel. Let's see what the cards are saying for you. Okay, straight away, a card just came out. Oh, you're going to love this. You're really going to love this card because it is one of the best cards in the deck. Let's get a couple more so I can get a full reading for you. Okay, so this is beautiful. The card that you get is Ten of Pentacles. Brilliant card. Family, stability, grounding. If it's not a full-on family, it could be like I want to say like an adopted family, like the people in your community that feel like a family. It's like but it is linked with like if you want a family, like whole vision of like a partner, kids, a dog, a house, it's a very grounded energy. Ten of Pentacles is fulfillment, but with grounding. So it can literally show up in the material world. So pentacles are all about your material world. This is not just talking about like a wish that you just have. This is about the material world. So maybe you're seeing certain things kind of like come into play, which really stabilize what you have been calling in with the Ten of Pentacles kind of energy. So if that could mean something like maybe you are calling in this like family life, you're calling in this like partner, kids, house, all these things. And the one thing that may happen next month is that you meet the love of your life. That's one step towards your vision, right? The person that you're meant to be with, or maybe you get a house, that's one step towards your vision. It's something like that, that sort of energy. You do get Tower card. So there's going to be some changes and shakeups for that to happen, for your vision to come to life, for your the thing that you are really, really craving and wanting to experience, for that to come into fruition. There are going to be certain shakeups, and I do say it like this is not to scare you. The Tower card may seem like, gosh, it's scary, but it's something that is actually for your benefit. Universe is going to shake things up. If you have called in something new and something more than before, then it is going to shake things up because the old reality won't fit in to calling something that you want next. It no longer fits in. So it has to let the old kind of your old reality fall away. And you might be asked here to surrender, which is what we get here, Queen of Cups. All about surrender. Surrender into this world, surrender into um, feeling like it's okay, surrender your yourself to whatever is about to come and about to happen. And to be honest, you don't have control, right? You don't have control over how things happen. Sometimes we like, for example, if you're like dating someone and you want to meet the love of your life, you're thinking, you know what, I don't want it from dating apps. I actually want it from like real life situation. If I go to coffee shops, I want to meet someone there. I want it to happen like that. But sometimes it just may not. Sometimes the person that is really well suited to you, the one who you are going to be the most happiest with, may actually come into your life through, I don't know, your workplace, or even like a dating app. Some people are so against dating apps because you hear so many stories that like, oh, they don't work. I'm fed up of like just people scrolling and like treating each other like kind of like disposable by scrolling. And yes, there is an element to that, but sometimes you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised sometimes if you go in with an open mind. Universe has a way of connecting you to people simply by you being in alignment and opening the easiest, most convenient way for you to connect with that other person. So this is just one example, it might not even be about love for you, but if it is, that's one example right here. So be open to it. If you feel like I don't want to go on dating apps, I don't want to meet my person like that. I want to meet them like in a romantic setting, like I'm walking in a cafe, like a rom-com. You can of course wish that, but just be open that there are other ways that your love story can play out. And that might be coming into your life very soon. So letting go and surrendering to how it is going to happen is really essential right now for you. So I hope you enjoyed that reading, my lovely Leos. And if you did, give my reading a like and my channel a subscribe. And do let me know in the comments if this kind of really resonated with you. I love hearing from people. So do let me know below, and I will see you in the next one. Hello, my lovely Virgos. I am so excited to do your reading. Let's get right into it. What is coming in November for you? All right, we have. Ooh, I think another sign got this reading as well, but we have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is fast movement. Something is coming into your life quite fast. We did get the Four of Wands, which could be events, marriage, social gatherings, retreats, something like that. Maybe coming into your life quite fast. Festivals. Festivals is also another thing. Um, Burning Man. I hear Burning Man. Is someone thinking of going to the Burning Man? Virgos out there, do let me know. You're planning some sort of festival. Maybe it's a yoga festival. Maybe it's a yeah, you're diving into this. You're so up for it, and something is coming into your life quite fast. Maybe you've been planning for this kind of thing for a long time, but it just never felt like a right time, And you are Virgos, of course, so you do like to plan your things and plan your schedule and plan your events way in advance. So maybe this is not something that is going to happen right now, but like next year or something. But you will like either book it now or something like that, The opportunity has come quite fast right now. Okay, Ten of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, the Leos also got this card, Ten of Pentacles, which is all about ultimate fulfillment, feeling like you have the family life, you have the dog, the house, the kids, yeah, the stability is actually the word that I get. So for you, if it's not like, actual marriage and a person, kids and like a dog, it could be like your own stability, even if you're like living alone. Like it could be for you that you are getting a house or some sort of like a very grounded energy that I get here. You're stabilizing really in your life, to be honest. You're stabilizing and you're kind of like, yeah, I'm ready to have my life just stabilize in one place. That's what I get. Maybe you've moved around quite a lot. You've had this like really kind of like a hippie lifestyle, a very out there traveling. You have met different kinds of people, you've dated different kinds of people. And now what you're actually calling in is something much more grounded, which is um doesn't necessarily have to be family life, but a very like grounded community-based life. That's what I'm getting here. Ten of Pentacles is all about that. Um, and you can absolutely have that. Absolutely have that. We do get the Magician card here, which is that you are the creator of your reality. Things are really in your hand right now. Whenever we get the Magician card, it means that, there's a part that universe plays in the world. There's a part that universe really does something for us and presents us with opportunities, but you play the part of really aligning into it, tuning into it. But sometimes you get handed, the universe hands you this kind of like power, even if it's just for a little bit. Sometimes you have to surrender and let go and all this. But right now, for you, it seems like you're being handed this power for a little bit where you get to choose and design exactly what you want in this moment. You get to plan how you want these things to play out. Whether you're like, you know what, I've done that like um past kind of lifestyle, of maybe you were like a lot of festival goer, music festivals, you attended that kind of thing, but now you're like, I'm shifting towards stability, so I'm going to create that stability for me so that it also allows me sometimes to go to those like festivals. A lot of people when they start building their life for themselves and or with a partner, like the priorities shift. But if you can carve out even like once a month or to work on your craft or thing that you really enjoy, whether that's like even for me, this even is like attending some circles of women where you meditate, where you connect with your community. It could also be something like that. So that's also I'm getting here that you are creating your schedule and your life. You don't have to have it just one or the other. You can combine it to have that stability linked with also carrying your passions forward. And I know as Virgos, you are always, not always, sometimes can be, quite rigid and like kind of like thinking, okay, this has to be in play, and which you are brilliant at. You're brilliant at schedules and planning things. But now you also have the opportunity to plan in this fun part of your life. It doesn't have to be one or the other. It can be both. Virgos, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, give it a like and subscribe to my channel. And if this resonated with you, leave some comments below. I love hearing how these readings have helped you. And I will see you in the next one. Hello, my wonderful Libras. I am so excited to do your reading. We we had quite a nice Libra season. I believe Venus is in Libra at the moment as well, right? Which is in your sign, which is perfect. Perfect. Because it's such a beautiful time. And now let's see what the cards are saying. Oh, some cards just like kind of bear with me. Okay, right. The moon. We have a new moon happening. Mm, wait, is it a full moon? It's a full moon, I think, happening. Yeah. Full moon in Taurus happening in the first week of November. And there may be something that is coming to fruition at that point. Let's see what is coming in. Four of Swords. Okay, this is card of rest. Again, look at the imagery in both of them. This is the person who is, oh God. There we go. There. Okay. Yeah, you have this like I see the imagery quite similar, like, it's almost like this woman kind of like in the moon card letting yourself like be open to whatever is coming. The moon card is about the unknown, so you don't always know what is being revealed to you, but this this upcoming full moon may indicate to you that maybe it's about rest. You know, Four of Swords is all about like recovering from burnout, recovering from a long time of just healing. You've been healing for a while. This may be the time where you really surrender to your rest and allow yourself that time to just relax, you know, finally relax and not have pressure on you. Some of you have been dealing with a lot of pressure from, and it's not a pressure that like is just from yourself. It's actually pressure from other people. Maybe you live with someone who like you felt their pressure a lot stronger. You felt like you don't know what to do because it feels like it's just really it's kind of like for the last couple of months you maybe put your all out into doing something and try to cope with that pressure as much as you could, but it has taken a toll on your body. You know, it's requiring you to really recover and allow that rest to happen because yeah, there was something that happened, something that was like really um maybe at the time felt like you needed to push through something. Maybe it was like a work project that you just had to put your best efforts in. Something needed done. It was deadline based, something like that. And now you're kind of healing. This could even be a love relationship where um, you know, Three of Swords is often like the heartbreak card. Four of Swords is like healing from that. So you may have had heartbreak a couple of months ago, but now you're healing from it. Four of Swords is about healing from that heartbreak or um it's a card of not grief but like recovering from that kind of healing from that grief. So do allow yourself some space, do allow yourself to be surrounded by the right people, people who are actually going to be aiding your recovery rather than causing you actually to push more, right? So really do take care of yourself and allow yourself that time to really recover as much as you need. You don't need to rush your healing. You don't need to make sure that you are done with the healing so that you can get back onto the hamster wheel as you were before. You don't need to do that anymore because right now you're being encouraged to really give yourself the space and time. There are seasons in life, work will always be there, the deadlines will always be there, the pressure to get something done will always be there, the pressure to find someone new, you know, to romantically be with, it will always be there. Those things are just simply part of life, but now you can let them go. Two of Wands, yeah. Your Two of Wands is reversed, but this was kind of like straight before. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna read it as reverse as I picked it up. It's a future card, like, you know, you're kind of like, should I? You're almost thinking about like maybe I want to like travel and just leave everything that I'm doing at the moment. You're kind of like, you know, I'm so done with my work or done with this like life at the moment. I just want to go and travel. And that's great. You know, if you want to do that, if you're having the feeling that maybe your next step forward. Right now, you're still being asked to recover and allow yourself time to really recover from the burnout. Um, but, and also this may be temporary phase, you know, the burnout that I'm feeling, it may be temporary. Like once you recover, you might feel like actually, you know what, I feel much better now. It's okay. I'm ready to just go back to work or like go back to what I was doing before or like put yourself out there for the date in the dating world. And you're like, now I feel better. And perhaps, you know, trying to book a trip or like trying to book the next thing, maybe rushing into something. So what you are being asked to do right now is simply just allow yourself rest and recover whatever that may look like for you. And it's not necessarily the best time to just book a trip right now when you're like, I just want to escape, but rather book it from a point where you feel like this is the right next step. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this reading and make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to my channel and do leave a comment down below if this resonates with you. Okay, my lovely Scorpios, welcome. This is your season. This is your time. You are, well, we are just coming out of the witchy season, but who says that that has to end because Scorpio is one of those signs where you go through deep transformation. Okay, that just dropped out. Wait, one sec. Scorpios, I have your cards right here. All right. We have King of Wands. I know some of the other signs got King of Wands as well. Entrepreneurial journey. This is your time. It's Mars. You're ruled by Mars. This is your card. You know, you're the only, no, not only. I think there's Aquarius is also ruled by two planets, but you're ruled by Mars and Pluto, and now you have the energy to combine the two things and really delve into something deeper with that. This is your month, Scorpios. This is your time to really get your fiery, passionate energy out and think about what you want to do with this. You know, you may have some extra passionate energy within you. It can be put into a lot of different things, but make sure you decide that very carefully because Jupiter is in Cancer, which is very fertile at the moment. So make sure you put that energy into the right thing and not into something that will lead to two people having becoming three people, you know? You know what I'm saying. So, yeah, make sure the Scorpio season you channel that passionate energy into whatever you have been wanting to work on, you know? But if you don't know what it is, and it seems like you might be blocked in some way at the moment in knowing or like kind of getting an idea of what it is, because we get the Ace of Wands but reversed. Ace of Wands kind of upright is like having a really like a download come into your life. Like you are getting this download, excuse me, this download coming into your life and you're like, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready, you know, to take action on this one thing. But that download is blocked. The reason why it might be blocked is you may need to meditate or journal or go into nature, really allow your ideas to come through. Really, it's time to allow yourself some time for getting bored, really, like to allow that download to drop into your life so that you're not forcing it, you're just kind of letting it come through. You're letting your life present to you where to channel that passionate energy into. And whatever would come into your mind or the download that you get once you are in a quiet space when you can hear yourself really well, that is the idea that you can pursue and it can do really well. Because right now you're really supported, you know, you have this passionate energy within you. King of Wands is also an entrepreneurial card. I've been speaking for so long, so my throat is getting a little trickly, but this is what I get here. Right, let's get a couple of more cards. Six of Cups. Okay, this is the month. November month is also the Mercury retrograde. Someone may come from the past. Remember, Jupiter is in Cancer. You don't have to act on it if someone from your past comes back. Just be careful. You know, we don't want to make the two into three. So, Six of Cups is here as yeah, someone from the past may be coming into your life. Someone this doesn't have to be bad, by the way. You know, maybe you're reminiscing about something, to be honest. Everything to do with Mercury retrograde may be active right now. But you do get the Tower card, which is nothing to fear, to be honest. This is actually a very beautiful card in your case because it may mean that there's going to be certain changes in your life. And those changes are actually needed at this time because you are going to be stepping into the next level version of you and the things that you have asked for. You have asked for something more in your life, and the Tower card indicates that, you know, in order to have whatever you asked for the universe to deliver to you what you have asked for next in your life, it often has to let go of your current reality, you know. Maybe that means you have to move somewhere. Maybe that means you are changing houses, changing jobs, changing location, changing letting go of a certain dynamic even. You know, it doesn't always have to be something physical and tangible and something big. It can literally be just that. It can literally be like letting go of a certain pattern of thinking. And once you break that, everything breaks, you know? Something like you let go of thinking that money is only going to come into your life if you do a certain profession, you know, and that you just kind of realize and that it doesn't have to be that way. So then you make decisions in a different way, and that changes your life. That's what I'm saying. All right, my lovely Scorpios, enjoy your season. If you like this reading, make sure you give it a like and subscribe to my channel, and do let me know in the comments below if this reading resonated with you. I love hearing what you are going through. Hello, my lovely Sagittarius. I am a Sagittarius sun, so this is a reading for me just as much as it is for my fellow Sagittarians as well. So let's get your cards. Oh, we have the Star card, but it is reversed. Unfortunately, it is reversed. I've just seen the next card and it's like, it's, I'm gonna get into it right now. Okay, the Star card. Something is dimming your light. You know, if it was upright, I would say this is a wish fulfilled, something you have been praying for, like the way you wanted it to come out. It has, and like it has happened. But this is getting like something is dimming your light and it's not quite fully here yet. So what is dimming your light? And we get the Temperance card, which is your card. This is the Sagittarius card. Temperance is all about balance, right? It's like I also see here as the sun and the moon balance the masculine and feminine. There's something in your life, there's a situation that is coming up where you are letting it really get to you, even if it's big or even if it's not as big, but it's really playing in your mind and you don't know how to resolve it and you don't know how to take the next steps forward to kind of create something new out of it, right? You're really feeling the weight of it, and that weight is dimming your light. Your season is about to come. And instead of gearing up for it, instead of like coming out thinking, yes, ready to go, I'm ready to shine in my element, in my essence, showing up as who I am, who I want to be, instead, you're feeling dim. You're feeling like something is dimming your light. And this something could literally be um, you're worried about something, you're worried about how things may happen, you're worried about the future, you're worried about someone's reactions, you're worried about how things may play out, you're worried about something that is dimming your light. I'll give you an example of this. So, say like you want to be a an artist in your life. That is your goal. Like that is your life's passion. That is where you thrive, where you feel the most alive. That is who you want to be, right? But other people have said, "Oh, I don't know, like whether I like your artwork that much, like or like they didn't say it directly to you, but you heard it from somewhere, or like you haven't had as much interest." So you're feeling like, how am I meant to really like make money from make a living from like my or not even just make a living, but how am I meant to like present my very vulnerable side through my artwork when it's not even being seen and appreciated in a way that I would like, you know? And so you're feeling kind of like you put so much effort into you channel all this like beautiful energy into your art and you put it out into the world, but you've stopped doing that because someone gave a bad comment, someone didn't comment, someone didn't say anything about your work. And now you're feeling like, okay, it's not good enough. It's not gonna take off. It's not gonna happen. Often when something like that happens, yes, sometimes can be that like, there's some tweaking need to be done. It's not about being good enough. It's like some tweaking need to be done. But also sometimes it can really be that you're showing it to the wrong audience, you know? If someone who is not an appreciator of art doesn't really care that much, like they care a bit, they're just like like a normal art. But they don't really deeply care about like art in a, deeper way. They're not going to appreciate your work. They're not going to say, wow, this is beautiful, you know? Someone who works as a, I don't know, like I don't want to put labels on it, but you know what I mean. Like someone who is not even like that into art or like a certain type of music, they're not going to appreciate what you have produced. If you're someone who loves rock and roll, you're and if you and you know and you play rock and roll kind of music, someone who just listens to R&B and is just that kind of person is not going to appreciate your music, but that doesn't make your music or your art bad. It just means that you have been showing it to people who cannot see your light, cannot see and appreciate what you create. So instead of dimming your light, go to different people, and find the community where they appreciate you. And then do get Six of Pentacles here. There's a community where you will get equal give and take. What you show to them, you will receive back. Instead of like being in this dim light, thinking that no one is liking my work, no one's going to care about it. Go to different circles where people are willing to pay you, willing to surround you. For even my tarot readings, it's taken finding the right community who are willing to look at my work in different light. And trust me, I have had people where it has not been received in the way that I would like. And that's because those people are not spiritual. So go to the communities where you will be appreciated. And now, my events are sold out and my readings are doing really well. So surround yourself by people who are going to appreciate you. That's your message. All right, my lovely Sagittarians, if you like your reading, do give it a like and subscribe to my channel. And do leave in the comments if this resonates with you. Are you an artist? I've just given an example of an artist, but if that is true, your reading was highly accurate. All right, my wonderful Capricorns. Your reading is here. I'm so excited to see what the cards are saying for you. You're probably one of my favorite signs. Um, I think because I just I'm like a fiery, passionate person. Like I just have like water and fire in my chart. So I love like the grounded people and especially Capricorn people. So who are quite ambitious. I like your drive. I get on well with Capricorn. So let's see what your reading is saying. Gosh, everything just flipped out quite a bit. Okay. You get Ace of Swords. You're in your mind about something. Could be a card of overthinking, could be a card of like many ideas that you could take action on, many ideas to act upon, do something about. It's like a card of action taking, building something. Yeah, stepping into that next. It's almost like a beginning, right? We have Ace of Swords. It's a beginning of an idea. Um, but it's almost like you have this one idea, but there's a lot coming into it, say like you get this one idea, oh, I'm going to open a bakery, right? With the bakery, okay, I need to get this stock in. Where am I going to get my ingredients from? Where am I going to get this? It's like you've got the whole process going in your mind and you're already 10 steps ahead before you've even built the thing like in your mind already, which is actually not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. You are, again, I said, a very ambitious grounded sign. So this may be your strength actually, but this is what is coming up for you in November. Okay, we do get a Three of Swords card and Eight of Swords. So this is a card of some sort of a heartbreak. Now, this doesn't, I always see Three of Swords as like, yes, you've had heartbreak and you have to allow yourself time to heal from this, and really allow yourself to feel it fully. Um, Whatever has been coming up, maybe it is that these ideas are coming after you have gone through a breakup. Sometimes when people go through a breakup and they often hit the gym really hard, they go for it and they get their life in order. There's been a meme that like anytime a woman has a breakup, she comes up with like 3 degrees, learns a new language, has built like 2 businesses, and is kind of like really becoming the successful version of herself. That's it's kind of like that energy that I'm getting. You have gone through this turmoil, you have been through something, but channel that energy now after you've done your healing, after you've dealt with that grief, channel your energy into something that you want to really take action on. However, there is something that is like stopping you from taking action. You feel trapped in something. Eight of Swords. You feel trapped in something, and that trapped energy it's almost like to me indicating you're feeling kind of like, um, whether that's trapped in a certain, I don't know, like a place, a house. Especially if this was a Three of Swords, like heartbreak card, maybe you live with that person and you feel a bit trapped. You know, often like when some people go through breakups or like divorces or, separations, there's this lag time, things don't always move straight away. You don't always move out straight away. So you kind of feel trapped. You kind of feel like, I don't know where I would go or what I would do. And that may be coming up for you. So what's the solution? What can you do this month? You know? Um, okay. All right. Four of Cups. Okay. Four of Cups. There is a treasure right next to you. I would never put light onto someone's grief, and I would never say like, oh, just be grateful for what you have. I'm not going to say that. Like, when you go through a heartbreak, you need to allow yourself time to really recover and really put yourself in safe space where you can truly fully heal. Especially if you go through hard times, and it's not a time to be like, oh, just be grateful for what you have, write down things. Having said that, Having said that, it may be quite a nice time that once you do feel like you are recovering, to delve into not just gratitude, for what you have, but also maybe there are certain people who are helping you with your healing. Part in the past when I've had breakups, if I didn't have my family around me, I would feel much more alone. Or if I didn't have my friends who didn't help me, maybe it's just in those little things, kind of saying like, oh, at least I don't have to do this horrible time alone. I had the right people with me who are really there for me. That's the kind of energy I'm getting here. All right, my lovely Capricorns. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, give it a like and subscribe to my channel. And do let me know if this resonates. I would love to hear your story, and I will see you in the next one. Hello, my wonderful Aquarians. Your reading is now here for November. Let's see what is coming up for you. Okay, so we get, gosh, nothing is jumping out straight away. Oh, I love this for you. So you have Queen of Pentacles and you get Queen of Cups. This is brilliant. So Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. Queen of Pentacles is this grounded energy, this very much like someone who is, there are, often we get this, yes, this Queen of Pentacles is a card of like having money and like having groundedness, stability, really kind of like in your feminine energy, ready to take the next steps. You are in that grounded feeling in your life. However, before we go into that, I would say this doesn't necessarily always indicate that. This could also be a card of resourcefulness. And I found this meaning recently when I was doing a reading, and I really thought that this was a different way of interpreting this card, and it fits so well. Often we want to take like the literal meanings of the cards, but when you become an advanced reader, you kind of start looking at um like the depths of the card because you become more and more attuned to other people's emotions, and you've experienced a lot more in life, which is part of your human condition. And the human experience has allowed you to really experience those. So, based on that, this Queen of Pentacles, the message I get here is actually that you're actually very resourceful. It doesn't necessarily mean you just have like a lot of money. It means that you are very good at finding ways to let money come into your life in ways that you think outside the box, which is very Aquarian. Like you think outside the box. You don't necessarily think in like, okay, I am gonna just hold this event and let this money come in. You kind of think on the spot and outside the box. Very beautiful energy, very good at like being resourceful. You can make a situation that feels kind of like no one can find a solution in. You know, well, what do you do in certain situation? What do you when something hasn't worked out? You have a way of turning that around and turning it into gold. That is the meaning I get for your Queen of Pentacles. And to me, that is a beautiful quality. And that's something you possess right now. You may want to capitalize on that, what I have just said here, because, you know, um, in order to really kind of appreciate, and this is the face of an appreciation of life or whatever, who like how this person feels within, to really appreciate that, you can see that you're very resourceful, even if the money isn't here right now, even if the things aren't here right now, things aren't working out as you hoped. You have this very beautiful quality of resourcefulness. So if you needed to build something next day, you could build it like this straight away and you would get it done because you know how to think outside the box. Queen of Cups is what we get there. Queen of Cups is also quite emotionally balanced, but the imagery here is about surrender, right? Someone who is on their way to mastering their emotions, but they are right now mastering the art of surrender. And I think that's why this meaning that I had just depicted of Queen of Pentacles really makes sense right now, you know? Both of these queens have their eyes closed, which is indicating that, you know, Queen of Pentacles is all about, you know, being the resourcefulness, but you match that with surrender. You're not always forcing things. You're allowing things to come. Once you have got a certain idea, maybe you take action and then you surrender onto it. You let things come to you. Remember who you are. Remember your power so that you can act in a way you take steps towards that when the timing is right. But right now it's saying it's time to surrender. So maybe that's what you're being asked to do in your November. Three of Pentacles. A collaboration is coming. Whoops. A collaboration is coming into your life. This may be a collaboration for an event. For, I told you, you're a resourceful person, right? So you are maybe going to be working with someone who you haven't worked with before, but it's going to work out really well because you thought about it. Before you didn't think this could work, so now you've thought about it and now you're like, all right, let's go. Let's get this done. You know, and let's get this collaboration going. Or you've already taken step towards it, but now this is going to be solidified. It's going to actually happen. An event, a maybe in your local area, you're hosting an event, you know. I'm hosting a lot of tarot workshops lately, which has been so beautiful. I have loved connecting with so many people. And so this may be like you're connecting with someone who has a really beautiful space to hold events at, that kind of thing. But you are in a surrender, you are going to be in a surrender mode in between because maybe like you want to get a timing in, you want to get a date in, but you can't because you need to think of like all of, not think of, but you need to surrender to like things that aren't in your control, like other person's reply, other person's like ideas about things. Yeah, that's what I'm getting here. Lovely Aquarius people, if you enjoyed that, do give my reading a like and subscribe to my channel and do leave the comments below if this resonates with you and I will see you in the next one. Okay, my wonderful Pisces, last but not the least. Let's see what your reading is saying for November. Oh, so many cards have, so many signs have got this card. I'm amazed. Ten of Pentacles. Ultimate wish fulfilled. Family life. Beautiful, like, you know, like it's like a, yeah, like a married life with someone, with kids, dogs, house. It's like an ultimate wish fulfilled. If this is something you really want, this may be coming for you right now. This may be something that is going to be, it's going to really feel so fulfilling. And maybe it doesn't come all at once, but it can, right? It really can. If it doesn't come all at once, you may see glimpses of it. You may meet the person that you're meant to be with, or you may meet, um, you may find the right house, that inspires you so much that it goes on your vision board and you're like, I'm going to take action on that because I'm so excited to build my life in this place in that way. Yeah, it's really nice to be honest. This kind of energy, I love this for you. I love that you're in the zone. You might be even like I know a lot of Pisces people have had a lot of activations, especially some of our eclipses have been in the Pisces sign and the sort of like Virgo and Pisces axis. So Pisces has been a lot more activated this year. So this may be that because you've had such intense transformations, changes in your life, this is indicating the Ten of Pentacles that that may be coming into your life, like the wish fulfilled, the like happy family card, like really feeling it's a card of fulfillment, even if it doesn't feel like a happy family, maybe this is a community that you're in. Maybe the friendship circles that you have around you feel like family and you're building your happy family life there. Whatever the family like archetype looks to you, it doesn't have to be like in a traditional sense, it could be what it looks like to you. King of Swords. Now, King of Swords, you can see there's a lot of in this card, there's a lot of imagery. There's an owl, um, a bat, a crow. There's a lot of symbolisms around here, and King of Swords is very wise, and swords are ruled by the air element. So this is someone who is quite logical minded, very like they have a whole plan going on in their head. They aren't necessarily just intuitive. They have a lot of wisdom. The gray hair on this card also indicates a lot of wisdom. The owl here indicates wisdom again. Owl is meant to be a symbol of wise. Um, then you do have the crow, which is kind of like your spiritual connection, your kind of that connection with the divine. So it's almost like you are very logical minded. You are quite like the way you make decisions is like kind of cutthroat in a way, but also there is a part of you that the spiritual part of you that is also guiding that decision making, there is something within you that you are curious about. You have the way you have made decisions previously now is kind of guided by that spiritual part of you being awakened. Yeah, and that may have come after we get the world card. So it may have come after you having an experience of a deep, meaningful journey. Card number 21, world, the world in tarot indicates a completion journey. Maybe you've traveled the world and really kind of seen what other countries are like, like what the world is like, what people are like. And now that you have seen those things, it's kind of like given you this world view, which is so expansive. That's also where your decision making is coming from. You may be logical minded but that spiritualism that has awakened within you from traveling to different places, maybe it's a deep inner journey that you took, has awakened this part of you that is just really ready for the next level. And that's probably what is indicating the Ten of Pentacles right at the start. So the big happy family, kids, house, dogs, people around you, you feel so connected to that, much more so now because you've had to really develop a wisdom from all your travels, from life experiences. Yeah, it's quite a beautiful like thing that you have gone through. But in order to step into that family life, that life that um you have been calling in, you have to take a leap of faith and trust a bit. That's one thing, a shadow side of the King of Swords is that you're not always willing to budge. It's quite a rigid card. It's someone who's kind of like, um, yes, they are wise, but that your shadow aspect can be that, this is my way and this is how I'm going to do it. I know what needs to get done, so I'm going to take action on it. And, it's like that's how you would take actions. But this requires you to take a leap of faith, to develop that trust within something higher than you, you're Pisces, you are a spiritual sign, and this is this may be a time to really trust where life is leading you is exactly to what you want, and that you don't always have to control things. Another shadow side of King of Swords. You don't always have to rely on yourself to do everything by yourself. You can rely on the universe sometimes to just aid you in the right direction. Okay, my lovely Pisces people, if you enjoyed that reading, do give this a like and subscribe to my channel. And do leave comments down below if you resonated with it. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, I hope you enjoyed all these readings, and I have loved this format. I have loved doing this new format of your November readings. And if you enjoyed it too, do let me know in the comments below how you found it. I'll keep doing more and more of these, and I have some other plans for this channel soon. So coming out soon. It's just yeah, thank you for being patient with me. It's just I've been focusing on local events a lot more because I want to express the power and wisdom of tarot and show it to other people. And it's just that's where my focus has gone, and it has been less online. So thank you for your support and for allowing me the space to really come back slowly. But do know I'm working my best and working really hard in getting readings for you and the guidance that you need. So thank you everyone who has subscribed to my channel and who's liked this reading, and I will see you in the next one.